What's going on, guys? GFY Gaming here, giving you guys some Battlefield 1 news. DICE has released screenshots and everything else to know about Battlefield's newest DLC that's coming out in March, called They Shall Not Pass. It is the French DLC. This DLC so far looks stunning. A lot of the screenshots look amazing. New vehicles, a new elite class, new game modes, everything that you need to know you'll be heard for right now. So we're going to start off with the 4 maps, and the 4 maps are Verdun Heights, Fort Vaux, Soissons, and Rapture. These 4 maps so far look stunning and all. Verdun Heights is more of a uphill battle with flames in the forest and everything else. And the description of this map is the opening bombardment or barrage of the Battle of Verdun creates massive forest fires, which players will fight for dominance. This is an uphill battle towards the massive fortress of Verdun. A constant grinding struggle where the artilleries never stop, where the forge and the devil's anvil continue to consume every bravest combatant. So by that description, it seems like Verdun's going to be more of a Monte Grappa style map, going uphill and trying to battle against pretty much everything that you need to, just trying to battle it out with close quarters engagements through trenches and bunkers and all that. In the screenshot so far, you see that one lone bunker with all those sides, and I can already tell you guys right now that's going to be a more predominant spot for LMG bipod users and snipers. So that's going to be something that you guys want to keep out for and keep out and look. The forest, though, just the graphical design of it just looks beautiful. I mean, the full-on detail that they put into this just to try to reimagine what this battle was like could possibly show us something that we have not seen yet in the Battlefield series. So far, this map is just phenomenal, and it seems like it's going to be one of those, again, close quarters trench warfare type battles. Now we're going to go on to Fort Vaux. The first biggest engagement inside the fort during World War I takes place in a dark underworld of Fort Vaux. Down in the maze of a dark gallery and wet stone corridors, French and Germans fight fiercely with grenades, guns, bayonets, and flamethrowers. Watch your corners. By that description, we already know for a fact that this map is going to be an Operation Locker, Operation Metro style map, which means we are going to have one of those styles that are just phenomenal for close quarters engagements, which means the shotguns are going to be really deadly, the SMGs are going to be deadly, assaults and LMGs and supports are going to be more common to see on the battlefield when we fight in Fort Vaux. Now, some things that I want to point out real quick with this map is that it seems like, again, it's going to be an Operation Metro, Operation Locker style map. So, obviously, again, we're going to have to be seeing some new weapons come in here. And just by the way the description points out, a flamethrower is going to be on the map, which means that there's going to be a lot of flames going out left and right, a lot of gas, a lot of bayonet charges, and a lot of grenade spams. Now we're going to move on to cessful. Take part in one of the biggest tank assaults in World War I. The French 10th Army moves to the back of cessful using their powerful Saint Cham tanks. Planes, tanks, and infantry clash in the biggest, beautiful French countryside. In the early hours of the hot summer day, only the thunderstorm is louder than the war. So far, what I've just read off of that description is that cessful is going to be one of those San Quentin Scar open maps for vehicles. Now we're going to be seeing a lot of planes, tanks, and infantry clashing inside the village, which is something that we already seen with San Quentin Scar and the Giant Shadow. However, I guess the weather effect for this one's going to be the thunderstorm. And by the looks of it, this thunderstorm is going to be louder than anything. So just be aware of that when the thunderstorm starts rolling in as a weather effect. Now we're going to talk about Rapture. Rapture so far looks like one of those beautiful maps with all the foliage and everything else. And I'll just read the description. In dire need to capture key bridges across the Asian River, the French find themselves back in the battlefields where poppies grow over rusty wrecks from previous tank battles. It seems calm, but the maze of steel beasts provide an excellent place for those who want to plant ambushes. As the sun sets over the front wall, the battle wakes up. So by the seams of this, it seems like this map is going to be one of those maps where people will be camping out behind a lot of these wrecked tanks or all that, setting up dynamite or traps for other tanks to go over and get blown up or get their kills or whatever. So far, I can already tell you that out of the 3 maps, Verdun Heights, Cessful, and Rapture are going to be the only maps to feature the new Behemoth. Now, after going through some things, I did not realize that there are 2 new vehicles in here besides the new Behemoth. One vehicle is called the Assault Tank Gun, and this is the St. Simon's heavy armored allied tank of war. It dominates the battlefield with an impressive French construction. Now, this looks so much like a heavy tank, and it is ridiculous how it looks. It looks like you can hold up to at least 4 to 5 people inside the tank itself, which is something that's kind of interesting to see. Now, going on with the Behemoth, the new Behemoth is called the Char 2C tank, and it is one of those not on rail type of tanks that you can just move around and go anywhere on the battlefield with. And this is going to be one of those tanks that people are going to want to try to stay away from or try to destroy as soon as possible as it hits the battlefield. And that's something that's kind of crazy. The new Char 2C tank looks like basically has a mixture of the land ship and the light tank, and it looks something that's going to be kind of menacing when it comes to it. Now we got a new stationary weapon. This weapon is called the Siege Howitzer. It is similar to a mortar and an artillery vehicle, basically aim and shoot type deal. And I guess this can be used to drop just shells or artillery down on a certain objective that you want to capture. And this is going to be something that you guys want to keep your heads down for, because this thing will probably destroy you when you're trying to get away from all infantry players. Now, we have the final one, and this is called the Trench Raider Elite class. The Trench Raider Elite class is one of those new elite classes that you always see on the battlefield. It's basically a trench raider, and by the name of it, you can already guess what it does. It goes into the trenches and combats anybody in close quarters engagements. So which means that if you have a bayonet charge, you probably will be able to take it out. The Trench Raider uses a Raider Club and an impressive grenade arsenal, which means he'll be carrying more than 6 grenades at once, maybe even 12. But if you guys have a bayonet charge, you guys can probably take this guy out pretty quick and easy. Anyways, guys, I'm GFY Gaming. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Comment down below and let me know what you guys are ready to use in the new DLC, They Shall Not Pass. Anyways, guys, I'm GFY Nightmare. Peace, and I'll see you guys in the next video.